Hey, it's Todd with the Church Playbook. I'm out running some errands, dropping supplies off for a teacher appreciation day at my kid's school. And I'm off to my next appointment. I just wanted to talk for a second about why In-N-Out makes the greatest churches. I live in San Diego, where we do have the phenomenon that is known as In-N-Out. Arguably one of the best burgers in the country. And look, I know there's depending on what part of the country you're in, we've all got our favorite burger. I'm not going to argue best burger, but In-N-Out definitely deserves to be a part of the conversation. And the great thing about In-N-Out is their menu is so simple. They do burgers, they do fries, and they do shakes. And you get some of these other franchises that have been around longer. Maybe they're bigger than In-N-Out. And they've got chicken burgers and pastrami burgers. And just stuff with mushrooms and onion rings and pineapple. Stuff that does not belong on a burger. In-N-Out, you get the patty, you get the cheese, you get the lettuce, you get the onions, and then you get what they call spread, which is kind of like their version of Thousand Island dressing with some other good stuff in there. It's amazing. And so you go up, there's only, you get a number one, a number two, a number three, that's it. They're simple. Have you ever had to, you go out to lunch with a friend or your spouse, and you sit down at the table and you're like, well, what do you want? Well, I don't know. What do you want? And it goes back and forth, and it's stupid and annoying and downright angering at times. You don't have that In-N-Out. It's, do you want 2 patties, 1 patty, or 1 patty with no cheese? That's it. It's simple. It's easy to figure out what you want. That's one of the reasons why they do so well. There just aren't so many choices. And, we live in a world where, it's all about, most options, most choices, most decisions, and then, you end up suffering from, paralysis from overanalysis. That's why we never know what we want, because there's too much to want. But not at In-N-Out. There's only burgers, fries, and shakes. That's it. And, that's why In-N-Out makes for the best churches. And, years and years and years ago, I'm unashamedly, unapologetically a purpose-driven guy. I think Rick Warren's a brilliant man, and so far he's the only major Christian leader. Well, not the only one. He's just one of the few that hasn't left his ministry with like an asterisk next to his name. You get guys like Barry Bonds who go into the Hall of Fame, but they've got an asterisk next to their name. Now we got guys that they ought to go into the Hall of Fame in ministry for what they did, but they're going to have an asterisk next to their name. Rick Warren's one of the guys. He doesn't. He's so simple and he's so laid back. So, for those of you that really aren't aware of what the purpose-driven church paradigm is all about, it basically says this. Hey, the New Testament, so we're starting with the Bible, we're starting with Scripture. The New Testament basically says there are 5 purposes, 5 pillars that make for a healthy, balanced church. And when the church is healthy, it'll grow. You don't have to worry about church growth. You need to focus on church health. And he's right, and it's brilliant. But here's the thing. Rick would say if I had to do it over again, I wouldn't try to install all 5 purposes at once. He said I'd start with one of them. And I would do that really well. And then, Lord willing, the next year we would install the second one. And he says, if you're willing to play the long game, if you're willing to do, this for a while, after 5 years, you will have a fully functioning, fully healthy, fully balanced, purpose-driven church. And to me, that's like, it's in and out. What Rick says, what In and Out believes, what I believe in doing a few things really well. And so my concern for a lot of our, people in ministry, pastors, we go to this conference, we listen to that podcast, we subscribe to that YouTube channel, we get all excited about the new thing, we go to Catalyst, we go to Exponential, we go to the Leadership Summit, we go to the PDC conference, and we get all excited, we fill our bookshelves with binders, and then we suffer from, paralysis from overanalysis because no one ever tells you what's next. Start here, then do that. And my encouragement to y'all today is just don't feel this pressure to do it all at once and to do it all really well, because for those of us that lead churches of 200 or less, you just don't have enough resources, but you do have enough resources to do one thing, 2 things really well. Keep it simple. The other brilliant thing about In and Out is even though they have a simple menu, they have a secret menu where once you get on the inside, once you get to know the culture and the DNA of In and Out, there are some other things you can ask for, like animal style, or instead of a double, you can do a 3x3 or a 4x4, or you can get your fries well done versus See, once you get on the inside, then you know how to customize your order. But that's not what they put on the menu. They keep it simple so everyone can participate, everyone can order, and guess what? They profit from that. Keep it simple. Don't try and do it all at once. Do what you can do it really well, and when you're faithful with the little bit that God has given you, guess what? God will give you a little bit more to be faithful with. Friends, that's why one of the reasons I wrote the church playbook is because instead of going to all these conferences and spending thousands of dollars, I put the simple 6 steps that you need, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, 5, and 6, to take your church, like we did, from just a couple of families to 200. Now, our church is 3 to 4 times that now after 7 years using the same principles, but you can go to 0 to 200 by doing a few things really well. So listen, keep it simple. Don't let yourself get overwhelmed. Make the commitment right now to say, you know what? Hey, I'm going to focus on preaching the best sermons I can preach and putting together the best, even simplest, but best worship services I can, and and having a plan to follow up with the people that come and try our church out. If you just start there, you're going to see some amazing results. So, hey, listen, I hope that you will like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, The Church Playbook. If you have any questions about what it means to keep it simple or where to get started, please put your questions in the comment section below. And I look forward to hanging out with you guys again soon. Take care.